What's up guys, Meredith with American Trucks, and today we're checking out the Navos Gen 5 12.1 inch T-style radio fitting all 2017 to 2022 F-250s and F-350 Super Duties. And I do want to mention that depending on if your truck is equipped with the Bang & Olufsen sound system, the 360-degree camera, both the sound system and the camera, or none of the above, the packages and part numbers will differ. I would recommend to check your factory equipment and the specific part number before adding it to your cart. And if you have any question at all, feel free to call our sales team for more help. Now, nonetheless, the factory head unit is at this point pretty much dated, and most of the time it's heavily lacking the capability that it could have to make your ride much more comfortable, whether you're in your truck just on the weekends or put some time into the driver's seat with an everyday commute. Now, that's where this system comes into play, offering a drastic change for the Ford owner who not only wants some extra tech to enjoy their music and media on longer rides, but also wants to modernize the inside of their truck thanks to the updated features and refined appearance that this system brings to the table. This Navos unit will include a lot of features compared to your factory system, improving your driving experience, and I'll walk you through a full demonstration of the features in just a minute. Now, navigation is one of the big bonuses here with the iGo Next Gen software. It will do more than just provide a map, but also help you like your phone does with voiced and visual directions, making it much easier to get places. Now, like most modern systems, this will also basically be a multimedia center and play music and video via USB, and because it is an Android system, you'll have separate access to popular apps in the Google Play Store. Now, the options are endless when it comes to entertainment with this system and all the apps that you're able to download, like the familiar Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, Hulu, and much more, right at your fingertips in the comfort of your own truck. Now, one of the best features here is Z-Link or Phone Link, which is an app on the unit where you can link your phone to be able to wirelessly use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is really notable considering that most units require you to plug your phone in to use those systems, while this one is completely hands-free, making it incredibly user-friendly. Now, with the included mic, you can also talk on the phone and enjoy all the other benefits of Bluetooth through the system, again being hands-free. You can also utilize this as a hotspot with the included Wi-Fi antenna, which is something that you don't see too often from a head unit, making it just one of the many cool features. This also integrates all of your climate controls being built right into the unit for a modern feel for whenever you need to control your fans, AC, heat, and temps, and more. This system will also be compatible with your factory backup camera if your Super Duty is equipped. If it is not, you can add an accessory backup camera, and it's just going to have a bigger screen to display it for you for better visibility. And you can even integrate accessory front and side cameras if you choose to add them to your Super Duty. The unit itself will be a lot larger than your factory system with a 12.1-inch HD touchscreen display with incredible graphics in my opinion, and even though it is very large, it still blends incredibly well with the rest of the dash because of the factory style dash bezel here. Now, the system will also have a high quality 4x45 watt amplifier with an included equalizer, and it will have digital signal processing for super clean sound for whatever speaker system that you have in your truck. The software is also a big upgrade utilizing Android's 9.0 Pie operating system that's super responsive to the touch and again provides the refined feel of a premium head unit. It also boasts 64 gigabytes of memory, 4 gigabytes of RAM, HDMI outputs, 5-volt RCA pre-outs for your sound system, and 3 USB inputs, which just adds to the capabilities of this head unit. This will also include some tactile buttons and dials down at the bottom so you can maintain factory functions and not have to sacrifice anything when upgrading to this system. This system will come in at about $2,200 total with the price of the unit and the required shop install, making it more of a premium system compared to other options available. Now, what I will say about this unit is that it really doesn't miss anything from navigation, multimedia, complete wireless capabilities, especially with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is huge, again, in my opinion. The included Wi-Fi and the fact that this is also a super large system on the dash while being well built and good looking at the same time. And I think if you want to invest in a unit that you're not going to have to compromise any features for and you're not going to have to question when it comes to install, this is going to be a fantastic pick for you. Again, install here will be effortless at a 0 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, in my opinion, considering that all you have to do is drive your truck to your local shop. I do want to mention that this radio may not be compatible though with some aftermarket brands of CAN bus devices such as tuners, start-stop bypasses, OBD devices, and speed calibrators, so just keep that in mind when you're checking the system out. Now what I will do though is show you a full demo and walkthrough of how this system works and what exactly you can expect from your new NAVOS Gen 5 radio. Before we hop into the demo, again, there are going to be varying part numbers for the B&O sound system, the 360-degree camera, both the camera and the sound system, and none of the above as far as factory equipment is concerned. So just make sure you have the correct one for your F250 or F350, and you can call our customer service and our sales team. They'd be more than happy to help. Now we have a unit installed on our truck that does not support the sound system or the camera. However, mostly everything besides the camera screen and the sound system will be the same. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Now, once you start up your F250 or F350 Super Duty, you'll be greeted with a NAVOS and Android splash screen. You'll have to accept some terms and conditions, and then you'll be brought to this main home screen. Now, this is going to have 3 sections where you'll have a couple of different shortcuts as well as some other controls that we'll go through. Now, the first shortcut is going to be your Google Maps or your navigation. This is going to bring up the Google Maps screen. Now you can hit home, it'll bring you back to this main screen. You'll have your time and calendar as well as a compass here. You'll also have your music down at the bottom. That is a shortcut for whether you are using the Bluetooth through the music application or you're using it through Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. And if you click on it, it will bring you to the favorite one or whatever is running at that time. Now if we go home, we can also scroll over and see all of our applications. This is for whatever you download and the pre-existing applications on the device. Now up at the top here, we have a main bar that stays there all the time. You'll have your home button and your back button. You'll also have seek and play and pause buttons as well as a volume setting. You'll also have these dials down at the bottom for tuning and volume, so you will have mechanical features, but up at the top, this is going to control all of your music and stay at the top of the device. Now the top taskbar here will also have some smaller shortcuts like your on and off button. You'll have night mode that turns the screen completely off. You'll have your brightness settings, your equalizer shortcut, which will bring you into the equalizer tab, and we'll go over that in just a minute. You'll also have all of your information that you need at the top, including the temperature, your airbag system, your time. You'll also have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi signals. And then at the upper right-hand corner, you'll have a tab manager for all of your tabs down at the bottom. Our first tab is our navigation. This is going to bring you to Google Maps. Our next tab is our radio. This is going to be very familiar with AM and FM. You'll have 6 favorited presets up at the top that are customizable, 12 FM presets that are customizable, and 6 AM presets that are also customizable. The next screen is your music. This is where your Bluetooth from your Android or your Apple smartphone will play through if you're not utilizing Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. You can also browse through your playlists here. You have another shortcut for your sound system settings and your equalizer. Our next tab is the climate control. This is going to have everything built into the unit, but again, you do have some tactile buttons down at the bottom if you choose to use the mechanical settings. You'll have individual temperatures for both the driver and passenger side. You'll also have your AC, window defrosters, your modes you can select here, and your fan speeds. And you can close that with the arrow at the upper right-hand corner. The next one is the Bluetooth tab. This is where you can connect your smartphone, and you can also use your phone settings here. So you can make calls, you can view your contacts list, and manage devices. The next tab is your video. This is where you can view all of your multimedia through USB. The next option, or the next tab, is your Z-Link or Phone Link. This is where you can connect your Apple smartphone or your Android smartphone to be able to use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. As you can see, I have Apple CarPlay loaded up. If you are familiar, you'll see that this is the main menu here. You'll have your maps up at the top that run off of Apple Maps. If you go back, you can hit the back button or the shortcut down at the bottom. You'll have navigation shortcuts at the lower left-hand corner, and at the lower right-hand corner, you'll have your music application of choice or whatever is currently running on your smartphone. Again, you can use this shortcut to go into your applications. You can swipe through applications that you can use via Apple CarPlay, and you can also swipe back to your home screen. You'll have some shortcuts down at the bottom as well for your maps, your music application, and your phone settings. Now, just like Apple CarPlay, you can connect your Android smartphone to the device and use Android Auto. Now, if you're familiar with Android Auto, you'll see the main screen here, the main menu. This is going to have your Google Maps up at the top for most of the portion of the screen. At the lower left-hand corner, you'll see the temperature and weather conditions. And at the lower right-hand corner, it'll be a shortcut for your music application of choice or whatever is running on your Android. You'll also have a lower shortcut tab that will go into all of your applications that you can use within Android Auto. You can hit that button again and it'll bring you back to the main home screen. You'll have your Google Assistant. And you'll also have some shortcuts down at the bottom for your maps, your music application, your phone, and your settings. If we scroll this bottom menu to the right, we can also see that we have more applications that are pre-installed in this menu. You can use Google and browse the web. You can also use SiriusXM if you choose to subscribe, or you have that already in your F250 or F350. The next tab is Settings, and you can customize the device to your personal preference here. The next tab is Applications. This is another screen where you can see the system applications and downloaded applications. The next tab is your Equalizer, and this is where you can customize your speaker settings. You have multiple different tabs to be able to customize your speakers, subwoofers, and use the equalizer. The next tab is your File Manager. And the tab after that is your camera. This is where you can use your factory backup camera. This is the screen that it will display in. You can also hook up an accessory backup camera and front and side accessory cameras. If we scroll to the right again on this lower main menu, you'll also have the option to customize your own main menu with all the applications that are in the device. If we scroll to the right again, you'll also have a climate control menu that can stay at the bottom of this permanently with your fan speed and all of your other controls. If you scroll to the right one more time, you'll be brought back to the original screen. So that is going to wrap it up for my review and the demonstration of the Navos Gen 5 12.1-inch T-Style radio, fitting all 2017 to 2022 F250 and 350 Super Duties. And you can find this right here at AmericanTrucks.com.